So, back to the reparations thing in this video. I think there was a lot of teachable moments that came out of this situation, especially for myself. Like I talked to a lot of people, mostly black folks. I know out here, natives. You know what I'm saying? I talked to a couple of my Latino homies. They're like, "Yo, look, you just gotta adapt to what's going on if you want to be here." And I'm just like, "Adapt to what? Like I can't adapt to what I'm feeling." But what he meant was there's politics, right? Now, for the people here, those politics don't trump being black, and they're not like selling out their culture and all this other type of shit. That's not what's going on. What's going on is there's a lot of money flowing through the streets out here. I don't mean just illegal shit. I mean there's a lot of like business, entrepreneurship. So, business opportunities economically, a lot of chances to build. So there would be there's interest in keeping things peaceful so people can make money. Whereas though like on my side of the thing on the map, it's not a lot of money flowing through the streets back home as far as legal shit, economical inclusion for all us to be out here getting money. A lot of blacks getting money back home. Granted, we working on that to change that so that we can all kind of have a bigger economy. But like here, the economy is booming. California is the 5th largest commerce in the world. So, there's a diplomacy. Diplomacy is currency out here. Keeping shit cool. It's a way for people to get money and keep shit flowing, feed their family, shit like that. But again, that's why I want my blacks to get reparations all over the country, because granted there are a lot of black folks out here that's doing good. Just besides PG County, California, LA, South LA, Inglewood specifically is like the place that I've seen the most rich blacks in one spot. I've never seen that many rich blacks in one spot. Like, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of interest in here in keeping things diplomatic, right? So speaking on that, getting it out the way, I want to go back to speaking on the Gil and how it relates to reparations. So then in that video with Sonny Boy, like I said, they was talking about protesting reparations. How can you give money to just one group when that shit's been going on? Like I said, I'm gonna show it on the screen. Groups been getting reparations for years now. Our taxes have been going to that shit for years. You know what I mean? Now reparations is not a fight with Mexicans. It's not a fight with y'all. It's a fight with the government. You know what I'm saying? Now, in regards to local reparations in the state of California, they're using surplus money for that. So that money is tax money, right? And they're going to do that reparations at a local level. It's already happening in North Carolina, as you heard Gil say in the videos. Like, it's already happening in North Carolina. And like, what? And they look at this shit like a free handout. But like I said, as I've been tracing my lineage, and I'll go into more in the future videos. But I traced my lineage back to 1800, and not an African, just like slave. I don't have no Africans in my blood. For people out there who's just like, they come from Africa. All right, well, I'm back 200 plus years right now, and I haven't come across no Africans yet. Just for the record. Also, everybody in my lineage just says what they did. We had farmers. I had, it just said builder for one, contractor. I had war veterans in my ancestry on both sides of the family. So it's just like the whole narrative of blacks being lazy and us not deserving this, then the third is just crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to show this video of the gun that they used to do the Buffalo massacre, and as you can see, on the gun it has here's your reparations. So it's been a nationwide fight for over 150 something years. Us trying to get reparations. Almost 200 years since slavery ended. So to hear people like online, especially other minority groups, saying what we don't get and how they should protest, when blacks have never said we was going to protest against anybody getting anything, it's just crazy. And like I said, it activates something different, and that's kind of why you see a bunch of people from all over the map commenting on it. You know what I'm saying? You see blacks in these comments, you see Latinos in these comments, but if you pay attention, you don't see a lot of whites in these comments. They just sitting back, watching, being entertained. That's food for thought. Out of towner perspective versus reality. Out of towner perspective is the blacks in California just let a lot of shit slide. You know what I'm saying? They just let shit go. They don't speak up on shit. And that's just people that's just never coming here. They like, yo, how you doing out there in Cali? You not out there getting, this, that, and third. It's like, nah, dog, I'm cool. Like, I'm doing my thing. And reality is it's been wars that these black folks out here been fighting on the front lines for years, since the 60s and before that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, it's black people in California only make up 5% of the people. It's like 2 million blacks here versus like 40 million something people. So blacks, they've been frontlining over here, you know what I'm saying? Where people on the East Coast, like I said, we deal directly with the whites. Over here, the demographic is different. Cause I haven't had a white neighbor since I lived out here. I may be seeing 1 or 2 or 3 black cops since I've been out here, you know what I'm saying? So the dynamic is different. So, but with that being said, they're not letting people run around out here and disrespecting them, calling them names and shit like that. It's just a select group of people who want to just move how they move and say this and that and say the N-word and do this and that and third, and squabbles usually are handled right there and there on the spot. As it goes to us gatekeeping our culture, we really have to get big on that. We have to gatekeep our culture. And I know it's tough because in real life, we got plenty of non-FBA homies, friends, even family, you know what I'm saying? One of my best homies is Caribbean. I'm talking like his mom and dad is Caribbean. Like, bro don't get no reparations. Like, bro already know, you know what I'm saying? But he's on cool. Like, he already know. He would never ever like speak up against anything we trying to do. But like the climate on the East Coast is much different because his mom, he didn't treat us like visitors. His mom used to let us come over, spend the night, cook for us, all type of stuff. So you would never think that like there would be any kind of anti-blackness from the Caribbean community just based off how you live in real life. But when shit get political, that's when you see a whole bunch of shit coming out. You know what I'm saying? And when we try to delineate, that's when you see a whole lot of shit coming out. And just look at the comments. You know what I'm saying? Like you see shit like, man, I wish them cholos over there would have got y'all. Like, what? Like, y'all really that bad because we trying to get reparations? Dummy, if we get reparations here in America, then that could help y'all get reparations from the UK. That's a slippery slope. Why did y'all just really, a lot of this shit come down to jealousy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking specifically about how it is in the dynamic between us and these black immigrants in these comments online in the online community. And everybody else too. As far as what I'm seeing, y'all like the online Latinos, like y'all don't deserve it, this, that, and the third. No, do your research. And I'm also going to share the California reparations pamphlet here in the link, so y'all can go and check it out. If y'all think anything is fabricated or blacks lying about their history and we just want reparations because we were slaves and we was called the N-word, I guarantee you it is 15 layers on top of that as well. But just like this particular topic and why I waited to do my way to do a little research or whatever, talk to some certified folks before I made a video myself, that's what you can do when it comes to reparations here in California. Just educate yourself on what's going on. And if you take emotion out of it and just use logic, you're going to get forward when you put 2 and 2 together. Black people have been misclassified. We have had our land stolen. And one of the arguments that I heard them say, we've been going through it longer in America than the blacks. Nah, that's not the case. There's no group of people who have been going through it and have endured more stress and trauma, racial discrimination and terror than the black community. And that's why we pushing for reparations. All you got to do is educate yourself on the topic if you think we're lying. But yeah, man, just to sum it up, I wanted to wait till shit died down a little bit. I'm a person that reacts out of emotion, and like I said, when hearing some of these words that's being used, like I said, it brings back a lot of the emotional trauma that I had growing up from racism. You know what I'm saying? Just having people call you fucking spray painting on your steps and all that type of shit, coming up fighting them white boys, like, yeah, like, but then when you come on the other side of things, they have a different thing that they do. They have a different way of handling disrespect. So you gotta respect it. Like, it's too many layers that come into play when you just doing that. That's why what I'm hearing, a lot of the Mexican gangs in the jail don't even use the N-word, because why incite it? You know what I'm saying? When I first came here to California, and I was like, first I was staying in a couple rooms, so I figured out somewhere to stay. I stayed with a Latino family from my car club. They don't even say nigga either. You know what I'm saying? So you just learn a few dynamics, and yeah, like I said, out of towners, the black people here are definitely stomping. I wanted to get that out there. The black people here are definitely awakening to the reparations movement, what it means to be foundational or descendant of slaves here in America, So yeah, that's about it, y'all, that I wanted to just touch on from my perspective. I still feel like Tyreek and American Controller, they need to sit down. They need to have a conversation because, you know, like as you watch, like I watched a lot of YouTubers out here to figure out. Shout out to Cartoon. Shout out to Skip Townsend, who was at the Power 106 pull up, which I'll address that in another video too. But we still got another pull up that they doing, and I'll just let the situations play out for a little bit, and then I'll come and comment on them as they go. But shout out to Cartoon. Shout out to S-Bone. Shout out to a few other cats that you know, I've been watching their YouTube shoot. Shout out to Dub too. He's a Mexican guy who got a lot of good opinions on shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. At the end of the day, yo, it comes down to us respecting each other's cultures, man. And the N word is that's one of the things that can spark it. Again, we all hood. We all in the hood. So like niggas, I can't even stop saying. People gonna say the N word when we all in the ghetto. Like, you know what I'm saying? But there has to be respect on our culture to understand that, like, a lot of y'all don't even have to use the N-word. Y'all don't even have to appropriate our culture in that fashion. Like, y'all have a beautiful culture. Like, why you gotta say nigga? Y'all got a lot of words that y'all could use instead of nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. Because once you do that, there's a slippery slope. Now we're getting into coon. Now we're getting into context. And it's just, you know what I mean? So I think respect, you know what I'm saying, it will be one of the big things to help fix the situation around the country, but particularly here from the outside looking in. It's just like, the N-word is volatile, you know what I'm saying? It's volatile. It is. It really is. And the more you see people getting into their lineage and tracing their heritage and shit like that, you're going to see a lot more ethnic pride on the side of black folks. And I want my black people to understand you can absolutely wear your ethnic pride and still fuck with other cultures. And I want my homies and a couple of guys I know that I went back and forth with on, you can have a wife or a girlfriend or a baby mom that is of another race and still be on code. You can do that. You can do that. But if you're going to do that and then be like, no, this ain't that, my boy, I'm going to disagree with you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be on code, black people. We have to be on code going forward. We got to fix ourselves. We got to fix our community. And yeah, that starts with delineation, because once you get the pride in your ancestors, you can get the pride in your descendants as well. You know what I'm saying? You know where you're coming from, you know where you're going. So yeah, that's it, man. Cousin Pookie. Till next time.